Many weeks ago, before the estate became noisy with loud generators and self-appointed gossip secretaries, a gentle and quiet woman named Ngozi had been living peacefully in the compound for over 10 years with her husband Chief Okonkwo. He was a big man in the estate, owned 3 flats, the boho, and even the small shop by the gate that Tina rented. Ngozi wore long gowns that reached her ankles and scarves that covered her hair neatly. She walked slowly like someone who didn't want to offend the ground. Even the children called her Auntie Ngozi the Saint before knowing her full name. And in turn, she would smile and pat their heads like a Sunday school teacher. Ngozi swept the whole corridor every morning without being told. When the landlady Mama Duffy saw her, she clapped her hands in surprise and said, "Oh, this one is different. God has finally remembered me. My other tenants cook and leave pots for lizards, but this Ngozi, she's a blessing." Ngozi only smiled shyly. "It's just small sweeping, Ma. I can't stay where everywhere is dirty." Before long, every woman in the compound started comparing themselves to her. If one forgot to greet Mama Duffy, the landlady would hiss, "Even Ngozi, whose husband is big man, greets better than you." It became a competition such that whenever Ngozi walked past, people adjusted themselves and spoke softly, pretending to be decent too. She quickly became friends with Tina, the woman who owned the small provision shop by the gates. Tina was loud and full of energy. She would always shout, "Customer, come and buy now," even when nobody was around. While Ngozi talked as if she was afraid of disturbing air, but somehow their friendship made sense. Tina liked that Ngozi was calm and Ngozi liked that Tina was generous. Every morning Ngozi passed by Tina's shop, smiled and said, "Good morning, sister. I like how you wake up early." Tina would laugh and shout, "My dear, money doesn't wait for people that like to sleep." Then she would give her a can of cold Martina and say, "Drink, dear, you are too gentle. You need sugar in your system." Soon Tina even trusted Ngozi with her shop keys. One afternoon she tapped her finger playfully. "Ngozi, if the supplier comes and I never reach, just help me collect the goods. I trust you. You are not like these Lagos girls." Ngozi only smiled and said, "Don't worry, I'll help you. We are all sisters." The compound women loved her because she was the unofficial peacemaker. When tenants quarreled over who blocked whose balcony with buckets, Ngozi would appear like an angel speaking softly. "Please, life is not all about fight. Let's have peace." Even the men greeted her with respect. "Good evening, madam. You are a good example in this our estate." But the real comedy began when Mama Duffy decided Ngozi was her spiritual daughter. One afternoon she called Ngozi into her apartment filled with plastic flowers and old calendar pictures of past presidents. "My daughter, I like you. You are not like all these other wives that wear trousers and be forming slay queen. You are very decent. In fact, if anything happens to your husband, you deserve everything." Ngozi smiled politely. "Thank you, Ma. I am just living quietly." Mama Duffy nodded. "Seriously?" "Yes, I see that. Don't mingle too much with them. They are too noisy. If you start shouting now, you'll become like them." And that was how it started. From that day, Mama Duffy treated Ngozi as if she was the compound pride. When the tenants' meeting came, she even introduced her dramatically. "This is Ngozi, our very good wife, the one that ties scarf and doesn't make noise. If every woman were like her, I would be sleeping well in this compound." The others just rolled their eyes, but Tina defended her. "Leave my sister alone. Oh, she is a good person. You people like bad things too much. Not every quiet woman is fake." And that was how Ngozi's reputation grew. When someone lost their key, they would run to her because she's trustworthy. If a neighbor needed someone to hold small money till the next day, Ngozi was the safe box. At night, when everyone was asleep, she would sit by her window, filing her nails and singing quietly. Her room was simple. She had just one bed, one plastic chair, and a big brown box where she kept her clothes and important documents. Sometimes she would smile to herself as if she was remembering something only she understood. And if you happened to pass by her window at that moment, you would think she was a peaceful angel. By the time Ngozi had spent many years in our estate, her presence had melted completely into the compound rhythm. She had become like wallpaper, always there, quietly blending in and never drawing too much attention, yet always watching everything. She knew who quarreled with who owed rent, who pretended to travel just to visit secret lovers. Then the big day came. Chief Okonkwo fell ill suddenly one evening and died the next morning. The whole compound mourned. Ngozi cried softly, looking broken. But the lawyer came the very next day with the will. In front of everyone, Mama Duffy, Tina, the tenants, he read, "All my properties, the 3 flats, the boho, the shop, everything goes to my second wife, Ngozi. She has been my secret wife for 15 years. The first wife gets nothing because we divorced quietly years ago." The compound went silent. Then gasps. "Huh. Ngozi. Secret second wife." People who thought Ngozi was the humble first wife now realized she was the hidden one all along. The very next day, Ngozi moved into the biggest flat, Chief's own apartment, with her boxes, her standing fan, and a small plastic bucket balanced gracefully on her head. She greeted the gateman with her slow smile and gentle bow. From that moment, people began to talk. By the following morning, half the compound already feared her more than respected her. But Ngozi smiled shyly as always. "It's just small inheritance, my people. Life happens." Before long, she started changing things. She raised the shop rent on Tina. She locked the boho sometimes, saying, "Water no be free." When tenants complained, she spoke softly, "Please, let's have peace." Chief left it to me. The compound women who once praised her now hissed behind her back. Too much calmness is suspicious. Even lizard nods before it strikes. Tina, heartbroken, defended her at first. "Leave my sister. She good person." But when Ngozi demanded full rent upfront and threatened eviction, Tina's eyes opened. Then the first move came. Ngozi called a tenants' meeting. She sat like queen, scarf knit, gown flowing. "From today, new rules. No more free water. Pay or pack out. The shop. Tina, you pay double or I give to my cousin." Tina stood up. "Ngozi, after all these years. You had the key to my shop, I trusted you." Ngozi smiled. People mistake quietness for weakness, but it is not. Now, that statement, if only someone had heard it earlier, would have been the biggest red flag. The matter escalated. Tenants gathered, shouting. Mama Duffy, once her biggest fan, held her chest. "You, Ngozi, why? I called you my daughter." Ngozi replied calmly, "Ma, Chief chose me. I only take what is mine." But the real twist came when little Daniel, Joy's son, found a small folded paper in Ngozi's big brown box while helping her move things. She asked him innocently to carry small load. Thinking it was a drawing, he kept it. Later, Joy saw it while sweeping. It was an old marriage certificate. Ngozi and Chief, dated 15 years back, but with a lawyer's note, second wife, secret, no children from first marriage. Joy ran to Tina. "Tina, see this." Tina read, eyes wide. "Huh. Ngozi." She planned everything. They confronted her that evening as she watered flowers by the corridor, singing softly. Joy stormed forward. "Oh, Madam Second Wife. Good evening. Or should we say Madam Secret Owner?" Ngozi turned sharply. "Joy, what are you saying?" Tina held up the paper. "You were never the humble wife. You were the secret one all along. You waited for him to die so you can take everything." Ngozi's face went pale. What are you talking about? I didn't. Stop lying. Joy shouted. We saw the certificate. You used scarf to confuse all of us. Well, today your scarf will not save you. Neighbors trooped out shouting. What is happening? Mama Duffy rushed out. Ho. What is it again? Joy pointed. Ask your angel. Ask her why she hid a second wife and now wants to finish us. The compound turned into a mini market of noise. Some shouted, call lawyer. Others, make she confess. Ngozi raised her hands trembling. Please wait. It's not what you think. I can explain. I love Chief. He promised me everything. I only waited patiently. Tina stepped back in disbelief. Patiently. You watched us trust you, borrow from you, while you plotted. Before it escalated, tenants called the family lawyer back. He confirmed, the will was real, but tenants had rights under rent control laws. Ngozi couldn't evict easily. The compound fought back, united now against her. Ngozi's power cracked. She tried to smile, but eyes were cold. Weeks later, she moved out quietly one Sunday evening with her 2 boxes and fan, leaving the properties to be shared fairly after court. She passed the compound that afternoon, head down. Tina saw her first. Eyes met. Ngozi tried weak smile. Tina, good afternoon. Tina looked firm. We will never forget. Ngozi nodded with tears and walked away silently. That evening, Uncle Sylvester told the women, you see life. You can wear long gown, cover head, but if heart no clean, everything no costume. Next time, open your eyes, not just your gate when quiet woman they smile too much. And that was how our estate learned that real goodness doesn't wear a uniform. Ever since, whenever a new tenant arrives looking too calm with scarf and long gown, someone reminds, better watch that one. We've seen her type before. But the truth was, decency is not character. Thank you for watching the story. Kindly share your thoughts about the story with me in the comment section. Give the story a thumbs up and share the story out with your loved ones. Subscribe to this channel if you've not done so by now. Until I bring another story your way. Bye.